Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Phalai, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Last episode, we arrived at the town of Deerford, well, village of Deerford, did a bit of looking through, got a quest or two, still have the other half of the town to look through. For starters, Lord Harond is here looking for his daughter. Let's see if we can help him. The man wears a deer-style robes, simple but elegant. His fine leather shoes look like they were made for padding around indoors, yet they're caked with mud. He yanks at a lock of hair twined around his silk-gloved finger. His fine features are etched with anxiety.
My child is out there. Do they not understand?
My lord, we're doing everything we can. Unfortunately, these villagers...
Beasts take them all. I don't care how you do it, but find her.
Your child is missing, I take it.
Yes, Lady Alice. My daughter.
He tugs at the fingertips of his gloves.
I've asked around, but nobody in this mud hole has any concerns beyond their swine. They turn my men away like beggars and seem downright pleased to be of no use. But you're not one of my soldiers. And you look like you're used to getting your hands dirty, if you don't mind my saying so.
My lord, Harond raises a hand to silence the man. If you find her, tell her I won't be upset with her. She can come back and all will be well. I just want to make sure my Alice, my child, is safe. Nothing in the world is more important to me. I'd like to ask a few questions about your daughter.
Alice. Of course.
Describe Lady Alice. She's a striking young woman, bears more resemblance to her mother than to me. She has auburn hair and delicate, well-bred features. She must be, 28 or 29 now. Tell me about her disappearance. We'd stopped in Deerford for a few days. On our fourth evening here, I was making plans to continue our journey. Lady Alice was feeling unwell and went to bed. When I retired a couple hours later, I found that she had vanished. None of my men had seen her go, and no one at the inn knew where she was. Since then, my people have been combing the village, but we've yet to find a clue, and the locals have been no help. Why did you and Alice come to Deerford? It was merely a stop along the way to Aina's Rest. However, she took ill shortly before our arrival, so it seemed prudent to allow her a few days to recover. What's in Aina's Rest? He frowns as if about to protest, but he gives in with a sigh. Lady Alice has reached an age where it is prudent for her to marry. Given this legacy business, I can't let her fertile years slip by, nor do I want her womb to fester in the presence of so many Hollowborn. It seems there would be more potential suitors in New Haemar or New Yarma. You think I haven't considered that? Arranging a suitable match is difficult. The best prospects for my child lay in Aina's Rest. There are better roads along the coast. Wouldn't it have been easier to follow them to Aina's Rest? If I thought that, I wouldn't be slogging through the forest, would I? The main roads are clogged with people fleeing one way or another to try to escape Widewind's legacy. It would be difficult for a caravan like mine to pass without incident. At the time, it seemed prudent to move quietly along the back roads. Where's the rest of your family? Surely they wouldn't want to miss your daughter's betrothal. Lady Harond is ill-suited for travel, I'm afraid, and unfortunately Alice has few other close relatives. My sister and her husband, Alice's aunt and uncle of course, have been visiting Ada these past months. And as for siblings, Alice has none. My wife has only given birth to Hollowborn. Since Alice, that is. I see. But going back to your daughter. Okay, back to previous questions. I heard you arguing with the innkeeper. A petty, small-minded man just like the rest of them around here. I've been paying him an honest fee for board and bed, and yet he can't be bothered to stir himself to concern for my Alice. Actually, he seemed angry at you.
People from these backwater villages take offense for sport. You have to but show up with a full coin purse, and they'll hear insult in the jingle of your step. They forget that Duke Hadret came from the privileged classes, as did all of the other earls and lords who financed the rebellion they're so proud of.
This is why I'm hoping you can help. I should have never trusted these people around my child. Tell me about yourself. I'm Lord Nestor Harond of Defiance Bay. My family has been prominent there since Imperial times. Our primary estate is on the outskirts of Brackenbury, but we have holdings in New Haemar as well. Those went to my sister and her husband. Alright, we'll talk to people and see what we can learn.
Good day to you.
Dengler, tell me about Lord Harron's daughter. He frowns and shrugs. His lordship says she up and went missing the other day. He wipes a tankard with his ragged towel, twisting it with swift, jerking motions. I don't know any more than that. However these lording bastards handle their affairs ain't no business of mine. You look agitated. Something about this doesn't sit right with you, does it? He slams the clean tankard down on the bar. Damn right it don't! That lord saunters in here like he's cut from cleaner cloth than the rest of us, and yet... Look, I don't want no trouble from you, or him, or anybody else. I'm just waiting for him to tire of my ale and leave so things can get back to normal around here. People know me for my integrity, Dengler. I swear, I'll set this situation to rights. That girl, Alice. She was looking to disappear. You should have seen her, watching the door like a sheep at slaughter. All the same, she didn't hardly speak to no one. Only folk I seen her talk to's Triggle. He nods at the east window. His shop's over by the broken tower. Bit of a hothead, that one. My advice is to let the matter drop. Like I say, it don't profit to dig around in other people's business. I understand, Dengler. Farewell. Ah! She didn't want to get married. I see. I see where this is gonna go. Alright, let's head upstairs. We've also got this Nephis woman we need to speak to. I'm a little concerned. This painting depicts a forested ravine somewhere in the Living Lands. Who's coming up the stairs? It's not him. Don't worry. The Orlin hovers by the window, peering out of it every few seconds. As you enter the room, she watches you carefully, her hand hovering over her stiletto. She cranes her head to peer behind you. Anyone follow you? Who sent you? What are you talking about? The man leaning against the wall glances out the door and nods to the Orlin. The hand over her weapon relaxes, but she's still watching you closely. Some old friends from Defiance Bay are looking for me. We're not exactly friends anymore, if you catch my drift. I'm just trying to lie low and mind my own business, know what I mean? Boss? The Amawa looks at the Orlin and jerks his head at you. All right. She raises a hand to the Amawa before turning back to you. My friend here thinks you can maybe help us out. Now, I'm sure you're a busy woman, so I'll make it worth your time. She flips you a few coins. Just go take a look around town. Come back and let me know if the coast is clear, or if you see any suspicious figures. You're pretty suspicious. What's this about? She scratches the back of her neck. I may have gotten myself into trouble with some powerful people in Defiance Bay. Powerful criminal people. Suppose it was bound to happen eventually. I'm a thief by trade, and it's hard to do my kind of business in the city without crossing him eventually. Now I'm just trying to put some distance between us. Somebody told me you were responsible for heinous killings in Defiance Bay. Let me guess. Was that someone named Medrith? She draws her stiletto. It's a lie, plain and simple. I got on the wrong side of his employers, and now he's after me. But if you're here to do his dirty work, I won't make it easy on you. Relax. Just want to hear your side of the story. What story? The Domenils came after me. I just happened to rob the wrong place. How was I supposed to know they already claimed it? It was an honest mistake. I'm just trying to survive now. If you spoke with Medrith, you know where he's waiting. Please, help me get out of here. Go east. Medrith's waiting for you just west of the river. All right. I'm trusting you. Don't have much choice. See if you can send him the other way. That should buy me some time. Some more time. She follows the hooded figures toward the stairs, giving you a final uncertain glance as she passes through the door. I mean, I don't really like the Domenils very much. They are a criminal organization. I think we may have already read that one, actually.
I can-
Unlock that,
That's
and
a
that
simple
one.
test.
And it looks like we can loot these.
That's settled.
Not that we're gonna get much out of them, but hey, it's something. And what do we got in here? Some gold names, and... Oh, look at that! Guildmaster's staff. It was hidden under the floorboards. And it basically grants minor endurance. It's not special. The glass of this window is broken. Warped, knotted planks have been nailed over it. Okay, nothing special there. Let's head back down. Alright, made it out of there. Since we're out here, let's go tell the guy that she left in a different direction. So, Medreth.
Welcome.
Found Nefri yet? I'm ready to get out of here. She snuck out the back of the inn and went north. He squints at you, pulling the grass into two flimsy threads. Did she now? And how would you have known that? The innkeeper told me. Said the bedsheets were hanging out the window. She won't get far. He grins and hands you a pouch of coin. You've been most helpful. My employers in House Domenel send their thanks. Let's go. Well, that task is completed. And she'll be able to get away. I'm sure House Domenel won't be happy when they eventually learn the truth, but I don't really care for them anyway. Alright, let's take a look at the east side of town here. Let's see, something to loot here.
That's fragrant.
Elder Antelope Horn. Okay. Trigger's Curery. Okay, we know about that. We'll take a look there shortly. I just want to see if there's anything over here. A gold name. I don't care about that. Ingredients there. We have the east exit. Man, there's a lot of these honor guards around here. This probably leads to somewhere else. Deerford Crossing. Okay, that's going to be the wilderness we're going to need to get to. Which we'll look at soon enough, I'm sure. Okay. That is Hendina's Apothecary. More gold names there. That's an exit. That's also a house there. Potions for sale. Potions and... Ow! Oh. Alright, let's speak with you.
Good day to you.
A young woman leans against a wagon. One arm and one side of her face are covered in bandages, with raw, rippled flesh showing underneath. A minty, tangy scent wafts from her dressing. Just ventured into town. I'm about dry on some of my stocks, but you're welcome to have a look-see. Why are your stocks limited? It's the damn roads. Can't reach none of my suppliers, so I'm stuck with whatever I can scrounge up in the wood. Deercap, riverreed, and the like. That's well and good, but most potions require something stronger, too. Troll skin, vessel bone, what have you. And then there's the really rare ingredients, things you'd never be able to afford, let alone find on your own. What did you find? Hendina winces as the rest of the story comes tumbling out of her. I've been keeping an eye on a drake's nest east of town, at Deerford Crossing. The beast stayed just long enough to lay a clutch and moved on. Thank the Sky Mother it wasn't a full-grown dragon. She looks at her bandaged arm and grimaces. Fresh eggs are much more useful than the ones that get passed between merchants or are left in nests for weeks or more. And that clutch looked to be at its peak. Thought I'd see about getting an egg, but I didn't realize so many of them had already hatched. Or that young worms were so territorial. I could get an egg for you. She keeps her gaze steady, but you see hope kindling in her eyes and twitching at the corners of her mouth. I sure hope you're not leading me on. I don't think I could stand getting burned again. If you really mean to go after it, I'd certainly pay you. Just remember, big as they are, dragon eggs are fragile. There's a lot more I can do with a whole one.
Good day, stranger.
Anything else I can do for you? I got some handy ointments if you're branding the roads anytime soon. Tell me again about the dragon egg. It's in a nest is perched in a cliff on the east end of Deerford Crossing. That's out in the wilds, just east of here. I'm sure there are others elsewhere, but the one at Deerford Crossing is just the age I need. If you head out that way, be careful. The place was crawling with worms when I went out there, and I can't imagine they've gone anywhere else. Actually, I'm looking for a missing noblewoman. Oh, that lord's daughter? She was a new shade of green when I seen her the other morning. Chatting with Triggle, she was, just outside his shop. Wait, you're talking about morning sickness. Was she pregnant? Aye, and worked into a state about it she was. That girl was so sick she didn't even notice Turgle's stink. I offered her some herbs to take care of the problem. Thought it might save her some trouble with her old man, but she wouldn't have it. What was wrong with her? No offense, but I hardly know you. I'm not one for gossip, and I certainly don't want to cause a poor girl any trouble. Lord Haran said she was ill from travel. That weren't no road sickness. Trust me, I know it when I see it.
Well met, friend.
How did you get burned? She turns her face to the ground. By the flame, how bad does it look? Just say it, I know you'll tell me straight. Who cares how it looks? What matters is that you're okay. I suppose you're right. Good thing I know my poultices. I told you about my run-in with the worms. I reckon you put the rest together already. What's wrong with the roads? Ugh, bandits, looters, you name it. The gods may be hollowing out our babies, but it's grown folk that's robbing the rest of us. People are scrambling to Defiance Bay because they hear there's healthy births there, and all those refugees and abandoned homes attract desperate sorts like flies on shit. Show me your wares. Sure thing. Drugs, ingredients, and potions. Not surprising. I'm sorry about that. I just gotta get through this. Okay, let's take a look in this house here. Addendum added Blood Legacy. Oh, right, it's about, that. A ledger lies open on the desk. It lists purchase and sale amounts for various alchemical ingredients and concoctions.
Now what the flame has
Well, you can
shown
disarm
us.
that. Not that we're gonna loot it. There is a person watching. A gold name, but still. Disarming traps gets us, money. Okay, let's see if we can handle the thing with the noble's daughter. I am very concerned that she had a kid with this guy. Excuse me again. I can't find it anywhere. We'll talk about this later. Get back to the dyes. I'll take care of our customer. I'm not one for chit-chat, human. Speak to Turgle if you've got questions. Dyes fill the wooden vats. They smell of dung and plant matter.
Well met, friend.
A sturdy, broad-shouldered man wipes his hands on his slacks. He reeks of the same foul compound wafting from the vats, and his arms are stained with dye. You looking to purchase some leather? Well, let me see what you got. Leather gear, girdle of mortal protection, lower crit damage taken, and trollhide belt for resurrection. Okay, trade that, get rid of that. Rumbold mentioned something about an ogre. He's hardly talked about anything else since those pigs of his went missing. The whole town's been worried about that monster. People are starting to see shapes in their windows at night, hearing its growl and the snoring of their mates. It'd put a lot of minds at ease if someone got rid of it. He scrapes at red pigment under his fingernails. I sometimes venture into the wilderness, collecting ingredients for my dyes, mind you. I've seen tracks east of here, near the river. That couldn't have been anything else. What can you tell me about Aelis Harond? Only that her father's men have been banging down doors and stirring up trouble looking for her. I never met her myself. Huh. Hendina said you two had met. He folds his arms, the smell of tallow and animal dung wafting off him. Did she now? And what else did she say? Aelis was pregnant. Really? That would explain a lot. Her father's dragged her out here to get hitched to some backwoods noble. She wanted an escape, all right, and I was happy to give it to her. We snuck across the river a few nights ago for some private time. Come to find out, we weren't exactly alone. An ogre, taller than Winfried's tail, sprung out of the forest, and we were so lost in the heat of the moment we didn't notice it until it was upon us. It grabbed Alis and disappeared into the night before I could even pull my britches up. Don't take this the wrong way, but this shop smells like an outhouse. Am I really to believe that a lord's daughter snuck into the woods with you? Curb that clever tongue of yours. I'm afraid there's no right way to take that, stranger. I meant no offense, I'm just trying to find her. As I was saying, the ogre vanished with her. Probably took her to its lair, wherever that is. She could still be alive. I'm in no shape to go after her, but that Haron looks like he'd have coppers to spare for anyone who found her. He scratches his cheek with fingers stained red and yellow. Others around here have seen the ogre east of town. Took most of Rumbald's pigs just the other day. If someone were to find it, there'd be a lot of grateful people in Deerwood. What's in the collapsed tower? It's collapsed. Nothing. A few hides on stretching racks and the tallow stench Dengler's always grumbling about. The rest of the keep's dust, just like the old fool Thanu who tried to hold it. There's a bard at the end who'll tell you the whole blazing story if you want to hear it. Huh. I'm a little concerned. Interestingly, we have access to his key, which we could... Stay out of my private quarters. That goes for you and Haron's bootlickers. I'm a little concerned. Let me drop a save for a moment. I have a feeling he'll probably turn hostile if I... What are you... Effigy's eyes! Sabin, stop her! He raises his axe, rage in his eyes. Okay, so, yeah, that basically just results in attacking. Never mind that, then. You know what? Fine. Even though I don't believe you right now, we'll go deal with the ogre. Although, I really don't believe that the ogre caused the problem. Even though it is an ogre that we need to deal with. So we will eventually deal with it. That said, we've been through most of
Don't
this.
bother the caddy, Tamak. You'd have better odds against a Stelgard.
There is only one other thing around here. One other person to speak to. This grieving mother. The woman looks briefly through you, as if she doesn't know you're there. And we'll speak with that one soon. Doesn't appear to be anything else around here. Actually, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and end the episode here. We'll speak with this grieving mother in the next one, because I know this is going to be connected to something else. Hold on a moment. Did she look like that a moment ago? Yes, she did. For a second, I thought she looked different. Anyway, next episode, we'll speak with this grieving mother and see what we can learn from her. Because I think this might take a while for the next episode. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Laniara, Adair, Kana, Dorrance, Aloth, and Sagani. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. And I shall see you all next time.